It's, you know, I should look at my watch before I actually start these things. It's 7:56 right now. This is if you watched yesterday's video, I stayed the night in front of this building and then pulled around to the back. And the shipping office is that little tiny building in the back that has a sign that says shipping and receiving. And I pulled back around 7:13 because my delivery appointment's not till 7:45. So I figured if I was within like half an hour beforehand, they might at least take my paperwork and allow me to untarp and all that stuff. I just stepped in the truck from untarping and unchaining and putting all that away. After you check in, they take your paperwork and there's a delivery number you have to have. And he told me, all right, you're second in line, and they'll just come out and get you when they're ready. They get here around 8. So I'm assuming or I should say I'm deducing, because I don't like to assume anything. My deduction is that they have us check in at 7:45, because we have to take, at least 15 minutes to unstrap and untarp. And it took me probably about 30 minutes. So apparently at 8 o'clock they show up, and that's when they start unloading trucks. And there's one ahead of me, then me, and then there's a lot of trucks to unload. So I'm glad I came back here when I did. The trucks I was parked next to, there was a lot of them up there by the time morning came, and I was sitting in the front of my truck because I get up. I can't sleep past 6 for some reason. So I ate some breakfast and came up front and just, stared out my window for like half an hour and kind of contemplated and saw the gate was open. I'm like, well, about 7:15, I think I'm just going to go ahead and drive down there and get some information. Either they'll say, oh, you got to wait until 7:45, or they'll take my paperwork. Because I don't mind waiting. I just want to find out what I need, what they expect. That's one of the hardest things, is knowing where to check in and what this particular shipper or receiver wants as far as their procedures, because nobody's the same. Everybody has it different, and they expect you to know it in a lot of these places. Not this place. They seem really nice so far. So there's you can see all these trucks over here. A bunch of them are preloaded trailers for I believe their truck drivers to take out and deliver. There's another Maverick truck, and there's one that I parked next to last night, and I think he's still sleeping up there. He may have a later appointment time, so I don't blame him. Injuries. I don't necessarily have an injury, but when there's like I guess you call it like 12 inches. Stepping off the trailer onto my catwalk with a chain, all the chains in my hand that I'm going to put in the box. I felt, which I felt before and had treated with muscle relaxers. My spine muscles decided to clench up and say, no! So, it's really not that bad right now. I've had it worse, but it's not really a back injury. It's really just a muscle saying, whoa, I wasn't ready for that. And they tighten up, and then it takes a while for them to relax. But it feels like, you can feel it. Anyway, just things you got to be mindful of when you're truck driving and when you're unloading and loading is you almost have to be conscious of the fact that you are you always have to be conscious of where you're stepping, but to be in total control of your faculties in order to even prevent that. Because that was like on the second chain that happened, and the rest of them I was able to do without any further stress on the area, because I was carefully stepping down with the chains in my hand, just like before. It's just, so you can accomplish this stuff without hurting yourself if you're fully aware of what's going on. So if that's an issue for you. If not, then you just run off the thing. No, that is unsafe. No running allowed. It's like the pool. You don't want to run around the pool because what do? You trip and you skin your knee, and that's no fun. I did that. Somebody decided to take the diving board off the end of the pool but left the metal brackets in the ground. And of course, you know, what do you do when you're near a pool? You stare at the water. So when you're walking around the pool, you're watching the water to make sure you don't fall in. And of course they didn't, you know, back then in the 70s, they didn't mark, and they didn't put up cones or yellow tape or signs saying slippery when wet. That was all just common sense stuff. So if I would have been watching where I was going, I would have missed the brackets that are on the ground and wouldn't have tripped and fell on my knees and skinned them and felt like, okay, I'm done swimming. All right, that's enough for now. When they unload me, maybe this guy's coming to get me, or he's coming to get his truck. There's somebody walking this way. Then I can get unloaded or not. And take care of business with whatever I get next, because I'm in Longview, Texas. And it is Thursday morning, and hopefully I have something that takes me within range of home for a Friday arrival. We'll see. Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm back to where I stayed the night. Got all my paperwork sent in. I'm just waiting for a new load assignment. So, yeah, I have. Let's see what we got here.
Messaging.
Yeah. I have 11 hours of drive time still available and 12 hours left on my 14-hour clock. So wherever they send me to get a load, most likely it's going to use up more than just 1 hour, typically, of my 14-hour clock. So I probably won't get a full 11 hours to drive today. We shall see. I mean, I have 11 hours to drive right now, and if I get someplace and they load me in 30 minutes and I get it all secured in 2, you know, I might be able to drive all 11. But I just don't see that happening. Okay, it's 7:54. I'm at a Love's. It's 54 degrees out, so it feels good. I want to say this is exit 86 off of I-40. It's right across the street from the TA. I would have gone to the TA, but I'm going to get fuel and shower in the morning. I picked up a load of particle board. And the awesome thing about this load is it delivers on Monday. And it's only 40 minutes from my house, so I don't have to go to work until Monday. And it's Thursday right now, and I am 3 hours from my house. So it doesn't get much better than that. So I will show up at the Maverick Yard tomorrow in Madison, Illinois. Check in because I'm going to be scheduled for preventative maintenance. And then I'm going to go home for a nice weekend, which is awesome. This parking lot at the Love's is a little bit tighter than most. It's also got not as many parking spots, but whatever, I got mine. I'm sorry I keep restarting the video, but I don't want to necessarily capture my sneezing on video. It's a nice little cube of particle board, 45,000 pounds type of thing. And they have a tarping machine there. They put the tarps on, and all I had to do was bungee the side. So it took me 45 minutes to get loaded and tarped. And then I proceeded on my way. Make sure there's no muggers back here. No truck stop shenanigans. So what they did is they actually requested that I give them a steel tarp and one lumber tarp, and they used the steel tarp to cover the back and part of the sides, but it's definitely not long enough to, a steel tarp isn't long enough on the sides to cover this, but they, the lumber tarp, you can see how it extends from the front and actually overlaps around the back, so I think it just saves them the time of having to work with two lumber tarps. It's like, whatever works for you, works for me. As you can see, it's nice and tight, just the way I like it. And it's, I'll capture some of it tomorrow so people can get an idea of what it looks like in the daylight. Let me get inside. These noisy trucks are everywhere. Oh. There. Isn't that better? So much quieter. See, this is what my truck sounds like. And it has all the functions of air conditioning, heating, lights. And then you got these other trucks. I mean, who'd want to do that? I don't know. Oh, see, I'm out of light. There, hey, I got light again. That's it for tonight. I'll show a little bit of video tomorrow of what I've got going on in the back of my truck, because there's really not much to it. It's just a square load of plywood. So maybe I won't record it because it's Friday and I'm only 3 hours away from my house, so time to get home, because I got a lot of things I'm trying to accomplish. Not to mention I have 2 vehicles in the shop that I can't fix myself, because why? I'm a truck driver. I don't have time to work on my own cars anymore. So hopefully we'll get one of them back tomorrow. I mean, I guess I have 3 cars, but because the one I drive is at the Maverick yard, and I'll be taking that one home. It's my wife that's having to live without a vehicle right now, so it's actually saving me fuel. Yeah. It's 10:05 in the, I guess, early afternoon. I am at the Madison yard in Madison, Illinois for Maverick. And this is, now it's daylight, you can see my lumber load. I took it through the wash to, you know, every chance I get, every time I come through here, I wash it when it's open. But you can see it looks like a Christmas present. It's nice sharp corners, nice and taut. Oh yeah, that's how you tarp. At least I'm humble. Bam. This pretty much concludes my work week, which is awesome. As you can see, wow, there we go. Nice and taut on this side as well. Same thing on the rear. The taut rear. People are still heading out. Yeah, so anyway, I kind of explained the tarp job before. This delivers like 51 minutes from here, and it is not allowed to be delivered before 8 a.m. on Monday. So I will be here at 7 to start my work week, which is the way I wish it was every week, but it can't always be that way. And my truck is scheduled for preventative maintenance. And they've got it scheduled. It'll be taken care of tomorrow while I'm at home, right there in that shop. It's what they call service level B. I don't know exactly what that entails, but I'm sure it has a lot of stuff that they need to go over, change fluids, those kind of things. And I can keep rolling down the road. I'm over 190,000 miles on this vehicle now. And I'm getting close to driving 100,000 miles for Maverick, which is kind of unbelievable when I think about it. But anyway, I'm gonna go scan some paperwork and go home, because that's where my family is and they're waiting for me.